How many times would you try before giving up? 5, 10, maybe 20? This is the story of a man who failed 100 times, but still refused to quit his dream. And in the end, that made all the difference. There was a young man named James. He grew up in a small town in England. His family didn't have much, but James had one thing in his heart, a dream. James wanted to be a writer, not for fame, not for money, but because he believed stories could change people's lives. He wanted to create words that gave people hope. So at 20 years old, James wrote his first book. He worked night after night in his tiny room, filling page after page with his ideas. When it was done, he sent it to publishers, and then rejection. Not one, not two, but dozens of rejection letters. Still, James kept writing. He told himself, one day, someone will believe in me. The rejections kept piling up, 10, 20, 30. Soon it was 50. His friends started to tease him. His father said, James, this writing won't put food on the table. Why don't you get a proper job? And his mother, though gentle, often looked at him with worried eyes. James did take small jobs to survive. He worked at a shop, carried boxes in a warehouse, even swept the floors at a library. But no matter how tired he was, every night he sat down to write. By his 30th birthday, James had written 4 full books, none of them published. Every letter that came back said the same thing. Not good enough. Not the right fit. Thank you, but no. 99 times James faced rejection. 99 times the world told him to stop. Can you imagine how heavy that must have felt? To pour your soul into something and be told again and again that it's worthless? One winter evening, after his 99th rejection, James sat alone in his cold little room. He looked at the stack of letters. He thought, maybe everyone is right. Maybe I don't have what it takes. Maybe I should quit. He closed his notebook and pushed it away. For hours, he stared at the wall, thinking of the years he had wasted. Tears filled his eyes. But then, he remembered the first time he had ever written a story. He remembered how alive it made him feel. He remembered the dream that once burned so brightly inside him. And slowly, he whispered to himself, one more try. Just one more. James picked up his pen again. For weeks, he worked harder than ever. This time, he poured not only words, but his heart and pain into the pages. When the book was finished, he sent it to yet another publisher. He waited, expecting the same old rejection. Days passed, then weeks. Finally, a letter arrived. His hands shook as he opened it, and for the first time the words were different. We would like to publish your book. James dropped the letter, his eyes filled with tears. After 100 failures, his dream had finally been accepted. James went on to publish many more books. His stories reached thousands of people. Some laughed, some cried, some found hope they had lost. And every time someone asked him, how did you keep going after failing so many times? He smiled and said, because quitting would have made all those failures useless. But trying again made them worth it. So let me ask you, my friend, how many times have you failed? How many times have you thought of giving up? James's story teaches us one simple truth. Failure is not the enemy. Quitting is. Every failure is a step closer to success if you keep moving. You don't know if your next try is the one that changes everything. So, whatever your dream is, don't stop. Even if it takes 100 tries, keep going. Because the moment you refuse to quit, that's when your story begins to inspire the world.